I believe in living in the present, the moment, the now. To exist at a specific time and in a specific place is a blessing we all take for granted. It's easy, no, habitual, to place your existence somewhere intangible, whether it be virtual or mental or emotional. I think it's safe to assume that if you're watching this video, you're doing so on an electronic internet-connected device, and if you aren't watching this video on an electronic internet-connected device, please impart unto me your secrets of wizardry and magic. I would also assume that you spend a few hours collectively every day using said device. Am I wrong? Of course I'm not. This is because smartphones and computers are basically standard issue these days. I wish I could say that I'm a dumb phone-using, neck-bearded hipster who writes his essays with a typewriter, but I'm not. I'm a pretty typical guy with a pretty typical phone, and I spend a few hours on it every day. Big time waster? Oh yes. Stay with me here. This isn't a rant about how technology is ruining our lives, because it isn't. What can really jack up your life is substituting your real, physical, meaty, flesh and blood life with a cold, pixelated, digital life. For a time, I felt that the followers I got on social media was a hardcore representation of how good my life was. Look, I've got the numbers to back it up. My life is great. I've got 3,000 fake friends on Instagram. Aren't I just the coolest kid? Ha! I don't even have Instagram. I also used to snap a lot of pictures. Countless gigabytes of precious storage on my phone are dedicated to pictures of food I've eaten, or places I've been, dogs I've seen, and an illegal amount of memes. I can't count the amount of pictures I've taken over the years. However, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've actually gone back through my so-called memories. Rather than living in that moment, at that waterfall, eating at that restaurant, I was so concerned about getting a half-decent picture with a crappy phone camera so I could remember. Looking back through my pictures now, I realized that some of my best memories aren't even documented. I've started taking less pictures and just trying to make the most out of my experiences, trying to soak everything in about each little moment so I can have real memories that have real, tangible senses about them. You can't photograph smell. You can't photograph the way a certain place takes your breath away. You can try, but you can't truly express a memory, so make each memory count. Ever had FOMO? Ever seen that post that just makes your insides churn, knowing that you could be there having such a good time with your friends? Ever heard stories about a legendary party you couldn't go to, or have you ever felt that you could be doing something so much better with your life? Let me tell you this. The one thing you can start doing to live a better life right here, right now, is to stop fantasizing about what isn't happening right here, right now. The most crippling of all human emotions is fear. So stop fearing that you're missing out on something. Realize that what you're doing is living in a reality that doesn't exist. So take control and live in your reality. How do you live in your reality? Simple. Put down your phone, take your earbuds out, walk down the hall and make eye contact with people, for heaven's sakes. Talk to people, get to know yourself. Heck, I don't even know why my favorite color is green. I should get on that. Make the most out of the mundane. I once heard about this guy who deliberately draws patterns and shapes in the grass when he mows it. All kinds of cool designs and images and stuff. This requires so much effort beyond what is required to mow your frickin' lawn, yet he is convinced that it's worth it. Take the time to be creative. Set aside an hour or even 30 minutes a day to make something. Live life by the day. Stop stressing out about the future because it hasn't happened yet. Stop stressing about the past because whatever happened, you can't change it. Get into the habit of living in meat space rather than fake space. Go outside, gosh dang it. Look, if you take one thing from this essay, it should be this. Live a little each day, and soon your life will be more about living it rather than being about faking it. But what do I know? I just like making YouTube videos.